Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. Super Bowl 57. Green Bay Packers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And no one can run the football like Lamar Jackson from the quarterback position. The most dynamic guy with the ball in his hands since probably Michael Vick. Got more accurate throwing the football each and every year in Louisville. But how about this one? A first-round pick in 2017, the number 32 pick in the first round. The last guy to do that at Louisville, Teddy Bridgewater, the same exact pick when he came out.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers on the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. Now, of course, he's a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
39-yard line.
There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
For the field goal, a 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
3, Broncos 0.
3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and
now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
On the play.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. He finds Howard, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a head on him either. So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. That's into the hands of Pascal. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Jones fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
35-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now we're a 1st down pickup of 8. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
19-yard line.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And they will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Broncos about set to go on offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Preston Smith on the tackle. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
39-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Tackle made at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's good.
We're on a pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down. Almost back to the drawing board.
11 more on that one and another 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 35. 26 yards on the play there. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
46 yards.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
The score, Packers 10, Broncos nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd
on 2nd down. It's Gordon. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
The 34-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
For Jerry Jeudy.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Alexander.
Throwing again. Jackson. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Za'Darius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. It's his run back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Makes the score Packers 10.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Sherrell Casey showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
It's certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him in football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And He can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
16-yard line.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
7 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. He's got a first down past the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
After the penalty, it's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones.
Rodgers pass.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of credit in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
43-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. It's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Ronald Jones.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That's good. We're on Green Bay.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
2 yards on the
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The throw to the middle, taken in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Rodgers again now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it's halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Casey. A 1-yard gain brings up third and
throwing is Rodgers on third down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a first down.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. William Jackson with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. First and 10 right at the 20. This is Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Brings up second and 2. At the Packers.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. 4. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
The 17-yard line.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. 2 yards left on second down from the 9.
Brings up second and 2.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And loses the football. It's loose. And this is going to be Packer football.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's good.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Loss of 2.
Well, I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. That little setback there on first down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Third and goal, a big play in the Super Bowl. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Packers 10, Broncos 6.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
William Jackson.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now the all-time leading rusher at Boston College, it's A.J. Dillon. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
1-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down is Jones. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled at the...
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Peterson.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And we'll get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 25 yards to the house. And the Packers add on to their lead. Well, we've talked talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Broncos 6. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
So the Broncos coming out now. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Got Gordon open, completes it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline, ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
That's good.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. A good throw here, finding Pascal. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice game. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They turn to the fullback, Gillespie, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Like guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Again, it's Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Ball carrier.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The line of scrimmage.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
48-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 43-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
Jackson's pass.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now the second down throw on target. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a dump off here complete, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pick.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Jackson. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now is Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. One last shot for Jackson. This is incomplete, so no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.